Hey everybody, welcome to the 1804 show, chapter 2. I'm your host, Dollar Will, and this is another episode of 1804 History. And before I start, hit like, comment, subscribe to the channel, the 1804 show, chapter 2. Now let's get it. So tonight, I'm going to be talking about this massacre that happened in Florida in a little town called Ocoee. And it's just like any other town that was a predominantly African-American community where white vigilantes came and killed a whole bunch of blacks. And but this one was really significant because they was just really trying to stop African Americans from voting, aka the Native Americans from voting. But it just, when I tell these stories and run across how shit happens, it's always like a pattern. It's always the gist of, we gotta stop niggas from voting. And we always was the best and the brightest. And it's just crazy because this town is a sundown town now. And even when you mention Ocoee to like the local natives there, they get frightened, they get afraid, because they heard stories about it and don't even want to live there, don't even want to travel there. You don't want to ever go to Ocoee or even have your car stopped in Ocoee. So it's one of those things that is troubling. Something bad will happen to you if you travel down there. But I feel like we got to take back what's ours. And even to this day, the descendants haven't been compensated. What I mean by that is they was never given the reparations for this horrible event. But it's quite funny to me how we always considered bitter, or we can't let stuff go. That's the past, let it go. Let's live for a better tomorrow type thing. But no, one apology isn't going to fix this bullshit that we have just been through and have exhibited for the past hundreds and hundreds of years. So here's how it happened. It was November 2nd, 1920. It was election day. Judge Cheney and a powerful black man by the name of John Perry was gathering black folks in the town and registering them to vote and stuff like that. So the local Ku Klux Klan marched downtown in the black areas and just basically made auto threats and told them, like, you better stay away from the voting polls if you know what's good for you. And they even put out like a votes tax, to keep them from voting, because they knew that a whole lot of them was poor, was in poverty. So they even set up a votes a tax to get them to not to vote. And what happened was one man went up there and tried to vote, and he got beat up, and he was threatened and said that we're going to kill you if you try to vote. So he went up to John Perry and was like, look, man, I don't think that this is a good idea for me to vote, because they said they were going to kill me. So John Perry was like, well, we're going to go up there again, and this time you're going to vote. But little did he know that a all-white mob formed and came to his house. And he basically sacrificed his family, sacrificed himself. Told his family to, hey, y'all get out the back door just in case they come in here and start shooting. So his family, it was like dozens of people in the house, went and hid in the swamp. And 2 white men ended up dead. He probably shot them. And so more white people came to the house, and he ended up being injured from the shooting. And he escaped, went to Orlando, and was jailed in Orlando. So the same white mob came and basically grabbed him from the jail, took him to the judge, Cheney's house, and lynched him. And basically, everybody got it. And they say it was 30 to 35 black folks were killed. But in these situations, who really doing the counting? Who really keeping score, right? So they pretty much killed everybody who was black, burned out their house, burned up their businesses, told them that you're not allowed to come back. And a lot of blacks moved up north from the town and never went back. So my point of this story is we have to stop killing each other. We gotta stop hating each other, and we damn sure gotta stop competing. All this competition, you know what I'm saying? And we own stuff. We had our own land. We had businesses. We had things of our own. And every time we doing good, it's always these incidents. It's always a hater, you know what I'm saying? And it's just so sad because you have so many of us are getting money. We are making things happen. But yeah, it's just always conflict, jealousy, envy amongst ourselves. But back in them days, all we had was each other. And when we go get the idea, and when we go finally wake up that at the end of the day, all we gonna have is each other at the end of the day. And it's been like over 100 years since this happened. And the local people, like the politicians, city council meetings, and all these other people refuse to give the descendants any type of reparations, any type of compensation for this horrible event. And they say that they supposed to name like a highway after John Perry, but while this man was alive, you hated his guts. And I'm sorry, like, there's nothing that you can do to bring these people back. And just think, like, how many of us that they killed and how many unmarked graves that it is. And we just have to understand, like, we are so great to the point that, like, they will take our land and take our birthright. And it's just so unfortunate that this happened. All because people wanted to vote. And why? They wanted us to stay away from the polls. stay away from voting because of the fact that they know that if we got into office, all that bullshit would have stopped. And we also got to watch other people's politics, because everybody's politics isn't the same. Just because people black, man, we have to really sit back and think about where they head at and their mindset. Because every brother is not a brother, and every sister is not a sister. You feel me? So we have to understand, like, we got to vote the people that's right. People have this thing of just sticking together when someone looks like us, but everybody who looks like us isn't us or for us. In this story, the Ocoee story, man, people need to be ashamed of themselves for even allowing the people that did that was never brought to justice, never served time in jail, but they want to call us thugs, they want to call us murderers, they want to call us terrorists, but this is terrorism. And what y'all did to July Perry, man, you should reap what you sow, you know? Because he was that dude. And it's crazy. Like, it's right by Orlando, Florida. And Orlando has a whole lot of agriculture and stuff like that. You know, this is where, like, the main area where the oranges is famous at. And y'all do this bullshit, this fuck shit, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I just want to say rest in peace to July Perry and the victims of the massacre, and rest in peace to those people who survived but later passed on from that trauma. I'm very sorry that y'all had to experience that for no reason. It's just unfortunate, man. And this is going on to this day, but they affecting our pockets more than they doing it to us physically. So, but we just have to learn from the past and be prepared for whatever. Because just imagine you just in your home chilling and you was forced to leave or die. You know, you leave everything behind. You get your house burned down. You get your businesses burned down. And you're never able to return. So, that's the end of the story, guys. Appreciate y'all who tuned in. Appreciate everybody who appreciate me for telling these stories and supporting me every step of the way. And that's it. Well, stay tuned for future episodes. Hit that bell for future notifications. If you want to donate to the Cashapp, $, the 1804 Show Chapter 2. And I'm out. Peace.